Last week I went to a meeting with my friend Mel, and the venue had a flight of stairs. Mel couldn't get to the meeting in her wheelchair, and it was actually really embarrassing when she had to be carried down the flight of stairs to the meeting. Now, people with accessibility needs deal with this issue all the time. If only the organisers chose a venue that would actually meet the needs of the people wanting to be there. Meeting the needs of our global ageing population and the 1 billion people with a disability has created a $1 trillion industry. Now, Everywhere Venues addresses this global need as an online platform for venue bookings with Australia's first rating system for accessibility. Now, other platforms overlook accessibility, but this is what makes us really valuable. We work with councils, universities, NDIS providers and businesses to map out all the venues available and facilities in a town with an accessibility rating. Our accessibility volunteers actually visit the venues and promote our platform for us because this information matters to them. Our platform is a powerful and sophisticated venue booking solution for universities and councils, but simple enough for small business and community groups. Our co-founders are from finance, blockchain, AI, local government and tourism. Our platform is also available in Japanese, and we're working with a local provider to roll out in Japan for the Tokyo Olympics. We'll avoid the data breaches that have impacted other platforms. Our data is blockchain protected, and this year we won the Best Startup in the Data and AI Innovation Awards because our data is the information that people need every day. So looking at how we're working in Japan with the global tourism market and our AI translation tool, people can chat without language barriers. And from there, our accessibility rating will be known as the new global standard, helping millions of people to do more and be more with the spaces that make all the difference.
Thank you so much. Thank you. A couple of questions. One is, how do you get the data? How do you get the accessibility data for the different venues?
That's a really great challenge, particularly as we are a two-sided marketplace and everyone's looking to see which side's moving first. And this is why we work with the NDS providers, the local councils and the disability advocates in a community. These are our evangelists. I actually have people around Australia contacting me saying, I've heard about your platform, we want to contribute to it. And we actually tap into the NDIS-supported school-leaver employment program. We have volunteers of young people doing their first ever stint of work experience, visiting businesses in their own communities, talking to businesses about why accessibility is important. They gather this information for us. We then contact the business or the university, the council, and we onboard them. But we have a group of people who passionately promote our platform because they need this information every day.
And what's the planned business model?
So, as a marketplace, paid bookings can be made via our platform. We make a service fee. But for the likes of universities and councils, so with a university, you're already paying student fees, you're not going to pay to hire the tennis court or a study room. We charge a subscription model to that organisation. And we know that, unlike Airbnb, where you have to communicate via the platform, our venues are council venues. They have websites, they have phone numbers, they have Facebook pages. We make all of that information freely available, and we manage the booking process for them. So there's a source of truth in the community about everything that's available with an accessibility rating. And it just streamlines so many of their outdated paper-based processes that they actually direct people to use our platform anyway.
So you mentioned that you're using blockchain and AI. Why do you need to use blockchain in this sort of marketplace? Why not just use an encrypted database? Wouldn't that simplify development? How do you respond to that?
A blockchain is a really important part of our growth strategy. So at the moment, we're very small. We've just started in Australia, but looking at expanding into Japan with the global tourism market, we're going to have a lot of data coming through our platform. And part of our process is when you visit a venue, you check in and check out, and you provide photographic evidence of how you've left a venue. All that data needs to be very efficiently stored and hashed and proven so that we can see how a venue's been left and the condition has been found. Also, I forgot to mention, we're integrating with a multinational insurer to protect venues and look at public liability policy so that the immutable data and the efficient storage of imagery is really important for that.
Blockchain's not that efficient at storing that sort of information. It's distributed. So, again, why couldn't you use encrypted databases or something like this?
This particular blockchain has a lot of inbuilt, it's called Sealand, And we actually have the founder of that blockchain here as well, who can delve really into this one. But it's actually got a lot of AI built into it that strips unnecessary data and does in fact...
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Zoe at Everywhere Venues. Okay, next...